Hello and welcome. Motivation letter is a very important document and it carries lots of weight in the selection process. Motivation letter, otherwise also known as a statement of purpose, is a make or break deciding factor. It should not be taken as a formality, but a serious document, and therefore it should be done with due importance and care. Many of the applicants often struggle to write a perfect motivation letter, and as a result, they fail to make to the final selection stage in the selection process. In this video, I am going to explain a few important points and success tips that you should take into consideration while preparing the motivation letter for Erasmus Mundus program. You are listening to Dr. Amir Pichan from Career Up Global, and welcome to another tutorial video where we explore global educational opportunities, challenges, and way forward. Motivation letter is not only an important part of Erasmus Mundus application process, but it is also a very serious document for many universities. It is a document where you can showcase your purpose, commitment, and intentions. It is a document where you express your goal and ambitions and gives you a chance to prove yourselves that you are the right candidate or you are the best and suitable candidate for the particular program or for the particular scholarship. Writing the motivation letter is often a major challenge to many, especially for the beginners who doesn't know the structure, the format, and the content. Also, how to write it in a convincing manner such that it grabs the intention and attention. It is grab the attention of the assessment officers. This is what I am going to explain in this video. So keep watching. The first and foremost point in the few winning tips is a strategic planning. You have to start planning well ahead of the program. If you can start thinking about it in a year early and start reading about it and start going through the various documents and videos available, that is even better. Start a year ahead is preferable. Give sufficient time and to plan and prepare for the scholarship program and how to present yourselves for it. So that strategic planning is a key. You have to choose the program carefully. Choose the right program in line with your background and future objectives. Then it will become much more easier to present your case in the motivation letter. For example, if you are from a social science background, choose the corresponding master's program. And if you have an engineering bachelor's, choose the relevant master's program. I will explain later why this is important. Research the program thoroughly. What do you mean by researching the program? Go through the program that the university offers or the consortium of the universities. In Erasmus Mundus program, more than one university is you have to study. So you have to go through all the universities where that particular program is offered, study the unique value that the program offers, and study about the content and the research profile of the university professors. They are also offering that particular program. This is a valuable information that you have to collect because you have to write your motivation letter based on the unique value that the course offers and connect that your purpose and intent and objectives as well. So researching the program is a key element to make a successful application. Now, how to write it? When you start writing it, you have to write that in a perfect English, clear and concise and flawless. The readability is important, like reading a newspaper. Clarity and aesthetic looking. Presentation is the key. Don't be lengthy, 1 page or maximum page and a half. Don't be vague either. No complex languages or lengthy sentences. But it must deliver the message consistently. That is a key. While 1 or 2 sentences of measurable outcome or achieved results. I will explain this later. So as I said earlier, you are writing a short, a page or a page and a half lengthy motivation letter. And at the end, what you also have to do is that you have to write measurable outcome. And I'll explain what is a measurable outcome down below, rather than writing 1 or 2 paragraphs of your duties and responsibilities. For example, if you have done some project work or some job in between, it is always your tendency to write the duties and responsibilities that you carried out in the job. No, that is not the key. You have to write what you achieved in the job. That is the most important element. So that is what I mean by measurable outcome. And this is where I will further explain to you how to present it in a succinct manner, or in a manner that grabs the attention of the assessors. Now, motivation letter in general has got 2 or 3 parts, maybe maximum 3 parts. You should not have more than 3 or 4 parts to it. The first part is the intro, where the intro part you identify yourself, your background, your experience, and your passion and career objectives. So in the structure, I am not explaining the structure of the motivation letter. After the intro comes the body, where your background and the reasons for doing bachelor's in the chosen subject is explained clearly. Then you explain why you choose a particular master's program. Why the consortium? Again, consortium means the participating universities offering the program. And why you should be awarded a scholarship. Remember, it should be written in such a way that it should grab the interest of the readers. So in a motivation letter, you are providing answers to many why questions and few how questions. So you are answering many why and few how questions. And finally, in the final part, you conclude the letter with a strong positive note and thank the assessors for considering the application. Again, in the structure, in the body, here you have to convincingly provide answers to many why questions. Explain why the program is best for you. Link between the program objectives and your objectives. Here you can bring your passion or your project experience and demonstrate the fit between the program with your background and objectives. Highlight the uniqueness of the program and your strength and connect them, link them, and that is the key. I mean, establishing a linkage between what you want to do and what you have been doing. That is your passion. As an example, I can throw few examples. Here I am making 2 assumptions and giving an example over here. And the first example, say for example, you are applying for a master's in education policies for global development. And assume that you have done a graduate program in education or social sciences during your bachelor's degree. And during the program, you worked as a volunteer in the educational upliftment of some underprivileged or tribal community by providing special tutoring to the students. There you have been, or you have seen and directly experienced the problem of undereducation, which eventually resulted in many lower socio-economic levels of the community for generations. So given that, so you went into the community, and during the part of your educational or bachelor's program, you did some volunteer work. And this is the assumption that we are making. And given that situation, you can write the statement of purpose, something along these lines. Okay? So listen carefully. You write in such a way that I have undertaken voluntary work for educational upliftment of underprivileged tribal community during my undergraduate period as a volunteer by providing special tutoring and coaching for XX number of high school students over certain period, which eventually resulted in higher pass rate of XX percentage. So you are saying that you provided coaching for a certain number of students, and because of your private tutoring and coaching, a certain percentage of that they could succeed through the higher education, or could succeed what you call the year 12 or +2 or whatever the exam process. So out of which YY percentage or certain percentage of the students could proceed to the higher education in the universities or in professional institutions, which was not the case earlier. So before you went and did the education, the level of students going, or the number of students going into the higher education, into the universities, was lower. But however, because of your involvement in that community, you could increase, and you could prove that more students were able to get admission into the higher educations. Thereby, you could contribute to the upliftment of the community through education. And further, during this period, you were also able to work and connect with other NGOs in the similar field. So then you write, I want to take up these tasks at a national or global level through proper policy changes and influence in the government or educational agencies. Hence, my motivation to apply for this program, and I can work with NGOs since the program collaborates with many international organizations and NGOs. Further, the program would augment my skills and better position myself for future jobs with NGOs or international organizations or government bodies and in the education sector, and help to fulfill my ambitions. Now, if you write so, that achieved few key points here. What are they? You exhibited your commitment and dedication for social development through education. For all, you achieved out and provided the service in the field. Working as a volunteer is another plus point. This is a real selling point. Secondly, you mentioned a measurable outcome. You said that by providing the tutoring, certain number or XX percentage of students could proceed to the higher education in professional institutions or colleges. Otherwise, this was not the case. So you gave a measurable outcome. You could do the education and uplifted higher number of students, and as a result, they could go into higher educations. So that is a measurable outcome. Further, you made a linkage between your work and future objectives. Also, you linked with one of the unique value of the program that offers, that is a collaboration with international organizations or NGOs, etc. So this is where the linkage, the connection comes, where you connect between what you have been doing or your passion with what unique value that the course offers, and that is an important element. Now, let me cite another example. Here I am assuming that you are a fresh graduate in biotechnology engineering, and you want to proceed to the masters in biotechnology, and you have no experience, but you are a fresh graduate. Then how would you write the motivation letter? If so, the only thing is that you have to capitalize on your project work in the motivation letter, which you have done during your undergraduate project work or internships. Say, you write something along these lines then. I have been always fascinated by the various medical, scientific systems and patient health monitoring apparatus. Design and development of high-tech medical systems specifically for physically challenged people to give them better quality of life is my dream job. As a part of my bachelor's program work, we, that within bracket a team of 4 students or certain number of students, designed and developed an orthopedic weight monitoring and alert systems by detecting the weight that the patient is applying on the leg under treatment during a recovery phase. So you design and develop an apparatus, an electronic systems with the software programs in that one that people can put in their shoes, so that when the patient puts his weight or her weight on that particular leg, it determines what is the percentage of weight that is going on that particular leg, and once if it is more than the desired weight, if that leg is going through certain treatment after injury. So then the patient can use other supporting things like clutches or anything like that to balance the weight during recovery phase. So this is an apparatus, an electronic system that you have designed, or the group of students designed and developed. And this is what you are writing to in the motivation letter. And you continue to write, say that our project received Young Innovation Award. Now we are in the early stages of commercialization of it. I now want to progress and enhance my skills in biomedical engineering. After masters, I want to progress towards doctoral or research program. My vision is to work in the scientific field of medical engineering as a scientist, developing innovative and high-tech systems for the betterment of the humankind. And if possible, you can also say that including artificial intelligence and robotics technologies in biomedical engineering that you would like to include. I believe that Erasmus Mundus Master's Program in Biomedical Engineering will make my mission possible. You can continue to write over that one, attaching or connecting this your passion with the unique value that a specific university offers. So this is where it comes through. So you connect it, the linkage again, as I mentioned, is an important element in the selling factor of your application. Making such a pitch in your application would make your application noticeable. You made your objectives clear, and the motivation or passion for the field was exhibited by connecting with your project. You can further elaborate on the project achievements, again showing a measurable outcome. Again, you link the objectives with the master's program. Further, you can emphasize on the specific achievements, if any, and again you can connect with the specific program goals. So this is in the highlight. I think I explained in such a way that you understood the importance now. The final point is the relevance. Relevance is another key element. For example, if you have done your bachelor's in psychology and to do a master's, say in law and economics, or you have done bachelor's in agricultural sciences and you want to do master's in psychology, then you will have a tough time in selling your case. You will find it very hard to connect, to link between your past experience or past educational background with your future objectives when you make a sudden switch between the past and the future. So the relevance is key. However, it might be a bit more easier if you have done, say, a bachelor's in engineering, and if you want to do masters in, say, business management or international business management, then you can still connect it, but you have to connect it with or link that with carefully with examples and your objectives and how that objectives can be met by that specific program in that consortium of universities. So the relevance is a key element. So try, when you switch between subjects or the programs, be careful. You may have tough time to establish your case. So this is the point that you have to keep understanding. Now, some final takeaways before I conclude. First point is that motivation letter must stand out, positive and future oriented. Make your application genuine. Never copy your CV to motivation letter, nor your personal circumstances. Never copy directly from the internet either, or use tools like ChatGPT to write your motivation letter. Write it yourself, but you can refer to the materials available on the internet as a guidance and get the information from the whatever documents that what you have, whatever information that you can collect, whatever YouTube video you can watch, and then write it by yourself. Quality over quantity is another key important. Revise, revise, and revise. Get professional help to review and correct it if you need it, if you are not good with English. Finally, be genuine and honest with the truth and facts. And the last point, thank you for watching, and subscribe if you like the video, where I am going to put more such higher educational videos in the future. Hope this information is helpful to you, and stay connected. And thank you very much.